Welcome to the service clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. I'm out in the dyno because I want to answer a question. A new rider came to me and asked, Doc, does it hurt the motor or the transmission if I use the motor to slow down? Good question. You're talking about engine braking. If you use your engine to slow down, let's say you're coming off the highway, coming off the exit, and you're coming to a stop sign, you use the motor to slow you down. Conservative slowing down with low RPMs, no, I don't consider you wearing out your motor, your transmission, or your clutch. Now, of course, my dad would say, what's cheaper, replacing your brake pads or transmission and clutch parts? But where's the fun in that, Dad? All right, so using your engine braking to slow down can be okay and not use it. But you can get yourself in big trouble if you're in a high RPM and you use your transmission to slow down with the engine braking. You can lose your rear end. Let's just say you're going along with high RPMs and you shift down, you think you're shifting down to fourth, but you're shifting down to third and you miss and you go down to second and you let the clutch out. Yeah, the engine does not match the clutch, the transmission, and the rear wheel is going to kind of jerk and you could lose control. Using engine braking at high RPMs to manipulate the motor and you to go through the turns aggressively and all that, yes, you can hurt the motor, transmission, and wear out your clutch a lot if you're using the motor and the transmission to slow yourself down with the clutch. I don't advise it, but I do advise a new rider to match the engine RPM with the transmission and the clutch and the rear wheel. Get to know your motorcycle, all right? Get to know what gear you're in. Do you have the power where you're at? A bad situation is you've shifted up to sixth gear, you're only doing 45 miles an hour, and somebody starts pulling out in front of you. You grab a fistful of throttle and there's nothing there because the power isn't there because you're in too high of a gear. You need to match the gear to the mile per hour and the RPM that you're going. Yes, you can use the transmission and clutch to slow down, but you are wearing it out. It wasn't designed to do that, but it's also getting you in the right gear you need to be in a certain situation. So get to know your motorcycle, all right? Match up the motor RPM with the transmission and the clutch and the rear wheel, and you'll always have the power where you're going. One last tech tip for the new rider. Let's say you're coming off the highway and you're using the motor to slow yourself down. You might want to tap the front brake lever or the foot pedal to let the guy behind you that you are slowing down. Otherwise, he may be coming up your tailpipe a little bit fast because he thinks you're going to go through that yellow light. All right? So let your people behind you know that you are slowing down and you are braking. I'm Doc Harley. We'll see you next week.